What's up guys, Globe here and welcome back everyone to another Advanced Warfare tips and tricks video. And in today's tips and tricks video we're back for our second episode on weapon comparison. Basically in this series I compared two weapons that you guys leave down below in the comment section, and then I compare both weapons to see which weapon is better at the area it's meant to be at. So in today's video we're going to be comparing the KF5 versus the ASM1. A lot of you guys left comments on the last weapon comparison video telling me to do this, and if you guys do have a specific two weapons that you want me to compare, be sure to leave it down below in the comment section. Now to get started, both these weapons are actually submachine guns and they're also in the submachine gun categories. If anything, both these submachine guns are the most used two submachine guns or the most overused submachine gun in the game, just because both of these have very similar stats. And when it comes down to submachine guns, usually there's one that's always better than the other, and sometimes the submachine guns are also the same. So I'm going to be giving you guys some stats and comparisons to see which weapon is the same and which weapons are different, and also which weapon is better overall. So to get started off with, we're going to be looking at the KF5 submachine gun, and as you can see on the screen right now, you can see actually the recoil pattern between the KF5 and the ASM1. The KF5, as you can tell, has a very tight spread recoil, so the bullets aren't going to be flying everywhere, whereas you look at the ASM1 and geez, look at that recoil, it's straight up vertical. And if you're going to be using the ASM1, I do recommend a foregrip, and that's pretty much basically for any submachine gun, just because you want to get the less amount of recoil as much as possible on a submachine gun if you get into long range battles. So the person who wins, or the gun who wins in this category, has to be the KF5, just because the recoil is a little bit more tight spread, whereas the ASM1 is just straight up vertical recoil. Moving into the stats of the KF5, as I explained before, it does have a low recoil, and when it comes down to reloading the KF5, it has a very long reload time. Almost the barrel has about a 2.6 reload time, whereas the KF5 has a 2.31 reload time, which is actually quite slow for a submachine gun. For the rate of fire on this weapon, it has a 705 RPM or rounds per minute, what this submachine gun delivers. For the mag size on the KF5, it has a magazine size of 40 to 60, and the shots to kill of this weapon is 3 to 6. Moving over to the ASM1 submachine gun, as you saw by the recoil pattern, this weapon does have a medium to high recoil. The reload time on this weapon is 1.81 seconds, which is actually quite fast for how much ammo it has in this weapon. The rate of fire on this weapon is 720 RPM or rounds per minute. The magazine size of this weapon is 45 to 135, and that is a lot of ammo for a submachine gun. So if you're trying to get on high streaks, I do recommend this, and the shots to kill on this weapon is 4 to 6. So that was the base stats on both those submachine guns. I'm going to be telling you guys and comparing both the lists to see which weapon is better overall in different categories, and I'm going to be telling you guys what weapon is better overall. So to start off with comparing both of them, the KF5 has a low recoil, whereas the ASM1 has a medium to high recoil. The KF5 has a longer reload time of 2.31, whereas the ASM1 has a reload time of 1.81, which is much faster. The KF5 has a rate of fire of 705 RPM, whereas the ASM1 has a rate of fire of 720 RPM. The magazine size of the KF5 is 40 to 60, whereas the ASM1 is 45 to 135. The shots to kill on the KF5 is 3 to 6, whereas on the ASM1 there is 4 to 6 shots to kill someone. Now comparing both weapons, because I've actually used both weapons for a considerable amount of time, and the only thing I've got to say is both these submachine guns are very similar, but it comes down to two things, and it's what weapon gets you more kills and helps you stay alive easier. And for me, that's got to be the KF5, just because even though it does have a low fire rate and a low magazine size, I find that this weapon just seems to kill even more faster, because it does have a 3 to 6 shot kill when you come to killing someone, and that's why the rate of fire is significantly lower, and that's also why the mag size is also lower as well, just because this weapon has a high number of damage when you kill someone. And to be honest, if you guys are looking to get on like streaks, I would recommend the KF5, whereas the ASM1, if you're looking to pretty much stay alive and maybe get a DNA bomb, I would recommend the ASM1. I find that both submachine guns happen to be somewhat good, although I believe that the ASM1, like iron sights, is a bit better and a bit more clearer than the KF5. But when it comes down to the ASM1, I usually like using this submachine gun as a weapon from medium range to long range, like an assault rifle, but it can drop people down at close range. And I find this to be like my favorite search and destroy weapon in this game. And I've got to say, do not add a suppressor on the ASM1, because I find that it sucks even more. So those to my base stats overall, personally, I think that the KF5 is a better submachine gun just because of its stats. Even though it has a lower reload time and it has lower mags than what the ASM1 does, I find that the KF5 gets me more kills easier and it will help you guys on a bigger streak. So overall, the KF5 was the winner in today's weapon comparison. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, a like would be so much appreciated, and also leave a comment down below for telling me what 2 weapons I should compare next in Advanced Warfare. So hopefully you guys have all enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Globe out.